Hello, everyone, and welcome to Café English Stories. Here, we learn English through real daily stories that happen in a cafe. Every video is simple, clear, and relaxing. Today's story is about a wedding ring that someone left on a table at the cafe. The barista wants to find the owner, so he asks a few simple questions. In this story, you will also learn how to ask simple questions in English. Let's begin our story. It was a quiet afternoon at the cafe. The soft sounds of cups clinking, the coffee machine whirring, and low chatter filled the warm, cozy space. Sunlight streamed through the windows, reflecting gently on the wooden tables. I loved these moments. They made me feel peaceful and happy to be at work. I was standing behind the counter, wiping a cup, glancing around the cafe, and noticing the small things. A coffee stain on one table, a sugar packet that had fallen on the floor, and the steam rising from freshly poured coffee. Only a few customers were inside. One man sat reading a book near the window, and a young woman was typing on her laptop while sipping her coffee. After a while, a man finished his drink, stood up, and left quickly. The soft bell above the door jingled as he walked out. I waved briefly, but something made me feel that I should check the tables carefully before returning to my work. I started walking slowly around the cafe, cleaning and organizing the tables. As I approached one table, I froze. There, lying quietly on the wooden surface, was a small, shining object. I picked it up carefully. It was a wedding ring. Simple, yet beautiful. It caught the sunlight and glimmered. My heart skipped a beat. I knew instantly this could be very important to someone. I held it gently and looked around. Who could have left it behind? My mind raced. A wedding ring is not just jewelry. It carries love, memories, and promises. I felt a little nervous. I walked to the first customer, the man with the book. I smiled politely and asked a simple question. "Excuse me, is this your ring?" He looked up, surprised. "My ring?" he said. He examined it carefully and shook his head. "No, it's not mine." I nodded. "Thank you," I said. Next, I went to the young woman working on her laptop. I held the ring out and asked another simple question. "Did you forget this ring on the table?" She looked at it and shook her head. "Oh no, that's not mine," she said. I looked around the cafe again. Only these two customers were inside. The ring did not belong to them. Then I remembered the man who had left earlier. Perhaps it was his. I carefully placed the ring on the counter, watching the door, hoping he would return soon. Minutes passed, but my concern grew. I could imagine the panic he might feel if he realized he had lost something so precious. 10 minutes later, the bell above the door jingled. The same man returned. He looked worried and rushed toward the counter. "Excuse me," he said quickly. "Did someone find a ring here?" I smiled gently. "Yes," I said. I held it up. "Is this your ring?" Relief appeared immediately in his eyes. Yes, that's my ring," he said. He laughed softly, running a hand over his face. "I can't believe I forgot it." I asked another simple question. "Did you lose it here?" "Yes," he said. "I took it off while washing my hands and forgot to put it back." I handed the ring to him carefully. "Here you go," I said kindly. He held the ring, looking at it with a small, happy smile. "This ring is very important to me," he explained. "It's my wedding ring. It reminds me of my love and commitment." I nodded. "Are you happy to have it back?" I asked. "Yes, very happy," he said, putting it back on his finger. "Thank you so much for helping me." "You're welcome," I replied. He left the cafe calmer and smiling now. I watched him go, feeling a little proud. Sometimes, small actions, like asking the right question, can make a big difference in someone's day. Sometimes, a small object can carry a very big meaning. And sometimes, a simple question in English can help solve an important problem. In this story, the barista found a wedding ring on the table. To help the customer, he asked some simple questions in English. Simple questions like, "Is this your ring? Did you lose this? Did you forget something?" These simple questions helped him understand the situation and return the ring to the customer. Today, we will learn an important skill for English learners: how to ask simple questions in English. When you learn English, asking questions is a very important skill. Questions help you communicate with people, understand situations, and solve small problems in daily life. The good news is that simple questions in English are not difficult. You do not need long sentences. Often, a short and clear question is enough. For example, imagine you see something on a table and you want to know who it belongs to. You can ask, "Is this yours?" This is a very simple question, but it is very useful. Another common question is, "Did you forget this?" This question is helpful when someone leaves something behind. In daily life, people ask simple questions all the time. These questions help conversations move naturally. Here are some other examples of simple questions. Are you looking for something? Did you lose your phone? Is this your bag? Do you need help? Notice something important here. Many simple questions start with small helping words like is, are, do, did. These words help us turn a sentence into a question. For example, "You forgot this" becomes, "Did you forget this?" Or, "This is your bag" becomes, "Is this your bag?" This structure is very common in English conversations. Another important tip is not to worry about making perfect sentences. When speaking English, the goal is communication. Even a short question can help you understand the situation. In our story, the barista did not use complicated English. He simply asked a few clear questions. Because of these questions, he was able to find the owner of the ring. This is a good lesson for English learners. You do not need big vocabulary to communicate. Sometimes a simple question is enough. When you practice English, try asking small questions in daily situations. For example, at a cafe, you can ask, "Is this seat free?" At a store, you can ask, "Do you have this in another size?" At school or work, you can ask, "Can you help me?" Little by little, asking questions will become easier and more natural. Remember this important idea. Simple questions help you speak English with confidence. Just like in our story, sometimes one small question can help solve a problem, start a conversation, or help someone. So keep practicing. The more questions you ask, the more confident your English will become. Today, we reach the end of our story at the cafe. In today's story, a simple question helped solve an important problem. The barista only asked a few small questions, and that was enough to understand the situation and return the ring. This shows us something important about learning English. You don't always need long sentences. Sometimes a simple question is enough to understand people and communicate clearly. Now we have a small question for you. What simple question did you hear in today's story? Write it in the comments below. And if there is an English skill you want to learn, speaking, listening, vocabulary, or asking questions, tell us in the comments. Your idea might become the next story here at the cafe. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you don't miss our next cozy English stories. Thank you for learning with us, and see you in the next story at Café English Stories.